Hey dolls, welcome back. So I am back with a new look, and this was actually a style I did this past New Year's. I really wanted a sexy wet and wavy with like a shimmery silver dress, and I got exactly what I wanted. So I figured I'd come and show you dolls what I did to get this look and how I styled it. This unit is from Premier Lace Wigs. I'll definitely have all the hair specs below. So let's just go ahead and get into this tutorial, get into this hair, this look, everything. When I got my wig, this is how it came packaged. It also included some wig caps, an elastic band, plus instructions on how to sew it on, a booklet on how to take care of the wig, and this cute headband. The cap has an adjustable strap and 4 combs. I went ahead and washed and conditioned the hair. It didn't shed much at all. This was the only shedding I got. And then I wrung the excess water out with a t-shirt and let the rest air dry inside out. This unit did come pre-plucked and it's very dense, so I just wanted to pluck it a little more. So I'm just gonna part a 1/2 inch from the hairline and tweeze in a continuous motion to make sure I don't take too much hair out. The sides of this are perfect, so you don't have to do anything to it if you don't want to. I'm gonna go in with my tweezer just a little bit to break up the hairline. I'm gonna go on the inside of the cap with some foundation on my beauty blender. The booklet suggests you don't bleach the whole unit, but they do bleach the very front for you, so this is really convenient if you're a beginner or just don't feel like doing the extra work. And then I'm gonna spray a light coat of the freeze spray to make sure this foundation doesn't budge. Now we're gonna cut this lace off so we could put this wig on. So I'm just gonna spritz the hairline with a little water and comb it back to make sure I don't cut any of the baby hairs or cut too far into the hairline. And then I cut it as close to the hairline as I can get. The back has baby hairs and almost 2 inches of parting space in case you wanna do an updo or a high ponytail look. Now it's time to put this on, so I'm gonna take the back comb, tilt my head forward, and make sure the comb in the back is secured. Putting this in a ponytail to keep it out the way, and then I'm applying some Got2b with some freeze spray on top, and I'm only doing 1 layer of each. Then I let this air dry a little and lay the front down. I'm gonna be doing this in sections, so I'm gonna lay the front first and then move on to the sides. Using my rat tail to put a little pressure on this, making sure that it won't move. Same thing to the sides, 1 layer of the Got2b, top it with some freeze spray, let it air dry for a few, and then lay this in place. Y'all know I don't like a lot of baby hairs, so I'm gonna take some mousse on a toothbrush and keep it light and carefree for this look. Then I'm gonna tie my edges with the satin scarf while I style the rest. I don't want a clean part. I want it to be a little jagged to go with the wet and wavy look, so I'm not gonna be using any scarway strips this time. Taking some water to wet the hair, you don't want it to be soaking wet, but you definitely want it to be a bit more than damp. I don't want to use any heavy products, so I tried to look for the lightest leave-in in my product closet. The booklet actually says a detangling hairspray is ideal for this hair, so this Long Aid detangling leave-in spray should be perfect. Then I apply some mousse, raking and scrunching it in. This hair is pretty dense, so I'm being very generous with product, especially because they're so light. I'm going for a loose wavy look, so I used a mousse that has a soft hold. After this air dries, I'm gonna take my scarf off, and here's the finished look, dolls. I love the way this came out. My hair is completely dry, but you see it still has that wet look, and that's exactly what I wanted. I didn't want something that was gonna dry up and actually look dry. I wanted it to stay wet looking, and this is exactly what I wanted. This hair is super lightweight and soft, so I'm really happy with the products that I chose. I decided to use the lightest products I could find, but you could definitely make this hair more defined depending on what products you use. It was so easy to work with, especially as a beginner. I was able to lay this and get it to look the way that I wanted it to look on my first try. Now I'm gonna show you exactly what I do to safely remove this. All I do is take some warm water in a spray bottle and spritz my edges, and then use a t-shirt to pat that water in. Like I mentioned earlier, Got2b gel is water soluble, so I just spritz my edges, pat it in to loosen up the gel while I move on to the rest of my hairline. And I do the same thing all around, just spritz it, pat it, until it starts to loosen up and roll back on its own. I do not apply any pressure or any tension to my edges whatsoever. I wet them, the wig starts to roll back on its own, and if I feel like it stops pulling back or I feel a tug, I just apply more water. If your wig does not come off with little to no effort, you either need more water or more of whatever adhesive remover you're using. And it should slide right off as easy as this. And then I use that same damp t-shirt to wipe the front of the wig off. I don't really like when the gel dries up on it and it makes it all hard and crunchy. So I make sure that I wipe all the gel off the front and place it right back on its wig stand. And for my edges, I do the same thing. I do not like when the gel dries up on my edges and got me feeling all crunchy and crusty. So I just wet my edges and use that same t-shirt to wipe any excess gel off. When I can touch my edges and I don't feel any sticky residue, that's when I know all the gel is removed, and then I move on to moisturizing my hair. So I just take my favorite growth oil and I put this right along my edges and massage it in. You don't have to use a growth oil in particular, but I would suggest an oil that is going to replenish, moisturize, and protect your hair. This is human hair, so I treat it like it's my own, and I do put a bonnet on it. Each one of my wigs gets their own bonnet. So after I put it back on the stand, I just put a bonnet over it to keep it protected. So my wig gets a bonnet, and then I get a bonnet, and I love using these because they completely protect my edges. And that's it. I hope you dolls enjoyed this video. Most importantly, I hope you guys learned something. Before you go, make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. And of course, I will see you dolls in the next one. Bye.